gains, an essential subject from Vinipedia. According to these leaders, God and philosophical approaches to him are merely leisure pursuits or parlor games to exercise the brain. By such discussions, however, the world does not gain anything of substance. So Marshal Arjuna pretended to display weakness, placing himself in the category of ordinary people who are illusioned in the material world. And by this action of his, Marshal Arjuna helped in the manifestation of Bhagavad Gita from the transcendental lips of the personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicoats gains category. An introduction from his teachings is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's teachings. A challenging, puffed-up person cannot gain anything from a Krishna-conscious man. He simply remains in material consciousness. Although Lord Chaitanya was born in a high Brahma family and was situated in the highest perfectional stage of Sannisa, he nonetheless showed by his behavior that even an elevated person would not hesitate to take lessons from R.M. Nanda Arya. Although R.M. Nanda appeared as a householder situated in a social status beneath that of a Brahma. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Chapter 1. A student sacrifices his childish proclivities to gain better education. A servant gives up his job for a better job. Similarly, a devotee renounces the material world not for nothing but for something tangible and spiritual value. RLA Arpagosvam, Santana Gosvam and RLA Raghunthadi Sagosvam and others gave up their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of the service of the Lord. They were big men in the worldly sense. The Gosvams were ministers in the government service of Bengal, and RLA Raghunthadi Sagosvam was the son of a big zamindar of his time. But they left everything to gain something superior to what they previously possessed. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8. 27. Lord Krishna, however, has explained in the GT that out of these 4 types of neophytes, the one who is wise is very dear to him, because a wise man, if he is attached to Krishna, is not seeking an exchange of material benefits. A wise man who becomes attached to Krishna does not want any return from him, either in the form of relieving distress or in gaining money. This means that from the very beginning his basic principle of attachment to Krishna is, more or less, love. Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 3, Bali Maharya. By gaining the transcendental favor of the Lord in exchange for his great material sacrifice, was able to have a place in Vaikuhaloka with equal or greater facilities of eternal enjoyment. Therefore he was not at all the loser by sacrificing the kingdom of heaven, which he had possessed by his material strength. In other words, when the Lord snatches away one's hard-earned material possessions and favors one with his personal transcendental service for eternal life, bliss and knowledge, such taking away by the Lord should be considered a special favor upon such a pure devotee. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.7. 18. Before your next death you finish your Krishna consciousness. That is the real gain of life. Don't wait that I shall become old, and when I shall become feeble there is no more energy, then I shall become Krishna conscious. Of course, Krishna conscious, one can become in a moment perfect, but that is rarely done. Everyone should be taught Krishna consciousness from the very childhood. This is human civilization. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Lecture 9 September 1975 Vrindavana. Compared with the work one expends, the gain is not so profitable. Even if it is profitable, it is not without its distresses. If a man is not born rich and he wants to purchase a house, cars and other material things, he has to work hard day and night for many years in order to possess them. Thus happiness is not attained without undergoing some distress. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.25. 4. The solution to this perplexity is that our Krishna's sense of happiness is limited by the happiness of the goddess. Devotees at Vrindavana therefore try to serve the goddess, namely RDHR and her associates. If one gains the favor of the goddess, he easily gains the favor of Krishna, because on the recommendation of the goddess Krishna at once accepts the service of a devotee. Lord Chaitanya, therefore, wanted to please the goddess instead of Krishna. Chaitanya Karitamta, DLL 4.189. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. Bhagavad Gita 6.2023